I really feel that for me, growing up in San Pedro just created such an extraordinary, ordinary life. I just had good friends, had different friends all along my life. I had a wonderful, wonderful childhood growing up. My mother and my dad did not stay together. I was born in Queen of Angels Hospital, but I was discharged and came home to San Pedro. Been here the rest of my life, with the exception of the year, almost 2 years that my husband was in the military. But I grew up in a great neighborhood. We played in the canyon. There was kids at my house all the time because we slid down the canyon on cardboard. There was an arroyo at the bottom of Summerlin, and we would watch that fill with water when it rained, then afterwards go look at the tadpoles, and just had a great time growing up. The house originally was on Summerlin. However, when they built the Gaffey Bridge, they were burying them with the dirt, the excavation, and so they had to move the house up to the top, which was then Gaffey Place. They built it and they put it up on columns or stilts. Eventually, my grandfather built the whole bottom, so we had a 2-story house because he converted that into rooms and stuff downstairs. So I went to Barton Hill School. I walked to school. My first time in a police car is I was about 3 years old, and I used to follow my grandfather everywhere. He was going out for the evening. I followed him, crossed the Gaffey Bridge, and didn't see which way he went. I ended up standing on the corner crying. Police car picked me up, took me down to the police station. Then my family was my mom and my grandparents, my grandmother, they were looking for me. They called my grandfather. He came back home, and they called the police, and they heard some kid yelling in the back, and that was me. So that was my first adventure. And then my second time, I was walking home from Barton Hill School, and it rained. I had a plastic raincoat, and it was ripped because of the hail. So again, police car picked me up, took me home, and so I have a lot of respect and admiration for the police department. As I said, it was just a fun time growing up. We used to put a little stand up there on Gaffey, right at where I lived. It curved around and then went up towards, crossed Alberon on down to the rest of the cliff there. It ended there, the dead-end Gaffey Place. But we would put a little stand there, and we would sell Kool-Aid, not lemonade, Kool-Aid. We would make Kool-Aid ice cubes and sell them as ice pops. So we had a lot of kids come, we played. You were home by the time the lights went on, and we just had a great childhood.